It's been 3 months since the iPhone 17 officially launched, and I've been using it as my daily driver for about 3 months now. And honestly, at this point, that new phone feeling is completely gone. The excitement from the first weeks slowly faded, and now it just feels normal. But that's actually the interesting part. For the past few months, I've been using the iPhone 17 for real everyday stuff. Light tasks, heavy tasks, everything. And in 2026, a lot of people are honestly confused about which iPhone actually makes sense to buy. A phone that can keep up with your daily life without feeling like you're wasting money. And when the hype is gone, that's when you can really see which iPhones were only exciting at launch and which ones actually feel valuable to use every single day. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this video while thinking, I need a new iPhone, but I don't want to throw my money away, then stay right here. Because in this video, I'm going to explain why the iPhone 17 is, in my opinion, one of the most valuable iPhones you can buy in 2026. We'll talk about the design, the display that everyone's been talking about, performance, battery life, and of course, the camera. So when this phone first came out last year, the iPhone 17 became a hot topic. Not the Pro, not the Air, but the base model. For years, the base iPhone always felt way behind the Pro models. But this time, Apple upgraded it enough that the gap between the base model and the Pro feels much smaller. But is that enough to make you skip the Pro? Let's find out. Let's start with the design. The iPhone 17 has this design that somehow doesn't feel like it'll age anytime soon. It looks modern, it's thin, it's light, and when you hold it, it just feels smooth. The edges are softer than previous generations, not sharp at all, and it's genuinely comfortable to hold. Honestly, I think comfort is a form of value, not just specs. The iPhone 17 is the kind of phone you grab off the table without thinking, slide into your pocket easily, and use for hours without feeling tired. That's something people don't talk about enough, but you definitely feel it. The screen is also technically bigger now, 6.3 inches, up from 6.1. But because the bezels are thinner, it doesn't feel bulky at all. It almost feels like the phone is just screen. When you compare it to older iPhones, the iPhone 17 just looks way more modern. Now, let's talk about the display, because this is where things really change. If you bought older base model iPhones, you were stuck with a 60 Hz display. And if you've never used a high refresh rate before, you might think, yeah, whatever. But once you experience the 120 Hz Pro Motion display on the iPhone 17, I promise, it's really hard to go back to 60 Hz. Everything feels insanely smooth. Scrolling, animations, transitions, it just feels better. I used to think 60 Hz was fine too. But after using the iPhone 17, I got used to it way too quickly. Going back to a 60 Hz screen now just feels uncomfortable. And the crazy part is this phone now has 120 Hz Pro Motion, always-on display, dynamic island, everything. For me, this is the first base iPhone that genuinely feels like it can compete with the Pro models. This is the premium feeling iPhone users have been waiting for years. Lately, I've been outside a lot more, and even under direct sunlight, the screen is still super clear. That's because the brightness goes up to 3000 nits, the same as the Pro version. Compared to the iPhone 16 Pro, the iPhone 17 is only missing one thing, the telephoto lens. But honestly, ask yourself, do you really need it? Some people do, sure. But if you don't, then it shouldn't be a deal breaker. The iPhone 17 now uses a dual fusion camera system with two 48-megapixel lenses. It's called dual fusion because the camera basically combines data from both lenses at the same time. So even without a telephoto lens, you still get super sharp 2x zoom photos with no real quality loss. It also has an ultra-wide lens that doubles as a macro camera. Photo quality is great, and even in low-light conditions, the results are still solid. I use the camera a lot for short videos, random moments, or just to capture memories. And because the camera is so consistent, I rarely hesitate to just take the shot. Colors are safe, focus is fast, and the results look good straight out of the camera. No editing needed. One of the biggest upgrades this year is the selfie camera. It now uses a new square-shaped sensor that can switch to a horizontal aspect ratio, Before, I always struggled with group selfies. I couldn't stretch my arm far enough, and holding the phone horizontally felt awkward. But now, with center stage, it's way easier to fit more people into the frame. Performance-wise, the iPhone 17 is still extremely fast by today's standards. And honestly, for the next 3 to 4 years too. Heavy apps, video editing, multitasking, demanding games, it handles all of it without lag or stutters. The only downside is that it doesn't have the advanced cooling system found in the Pro models. So if you're gaming heavily for more than an hour, the phone will start to feel warm. It's not dangerous, but you'll notice it. What most people don't realize is that in daily use, the performance difference between the iPhone 17 and the Pro version is almost unnoticeable. And that's the real dilemma here. You pay a lot more for the Pro, but your everyday experience feels nearly the same. That really makes you think. Battery life on the iPhone 17 is more than enough for me. From morning until night, it easily gets me through my daily routine without stressing about charging. On very busy days, I might still need to top it up before the night. But battery life always depends on how you use your phone. So, I can't really say it's bad or amazing for everyone. It depends on the user. If we're talking about downsides, the most noticeable one for me is data transfer to a computer or laptop. The iPhone 17 still uses USB-C 2.0. It works, but transfer speeds are noticeably slower compared to the Pro models. For daily use, this rarely matters. But in certain situations like backing up large files, transferring videos, or work-related stuff, it can be a bit annoying. So after using the iPhone 17 as my daily phone for 3 months, my feeling isn't wow anymore. It's more like, oh, yeah, this makes sense. And that's exactly where its value is. The iPhone 17 isn't a phone you buy to flex specs. It's a phone that makes your life simpler. Comfortable design, a display that finally feels premium, fast performance, consistent cameras, and a battery that gets you through the day without drama. The downsides exist, but honestly, most of them won't affect you on a daily basis. If you want an iPhone that'll last for years without paying extra for features you barely use, the iPhone 17 sits in a really sweet spot. This is the kind of phone you buy, use, and slowly stop thinking about the specs, because everything is already good enough. And in 2026, that's my definition of a truly valuable iPhone. If you've got a different opinion about the iPhone 17, or you're still deciding between this and the Pro, drop it in the comments. We can talk about it. Don't forget to like if this video helped you, subscribe so you don't miss future content, and as always, thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.